I'm just doing one. I'm doing a tweet now.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our second prediction show of the week. We're moving over to Birmingham this time. Myself and the main man, Mr. J's Fight Talk. How's things, my friend?
Yeah, I'm good, man. You?
Yeah, man. Good. Living the dream, mate. Living the dream. We're nearly at fight night again, so can't complain too much. We've got Friday night boxing tomorrow that we're just discussing off camera. And we've got this card on Saturday, which is going to be great. We're going to focus in particular over the next few minutes. Chantelle Cameron against Patricia Berghult, the Swede. Both women only lost one fight in their career, mate, so this should be a decent one. Berghult herself's only lost to Natasha Jonas, and Cameron's only lost to Katie Taylor, so they're keeping pretty good company. Obviously, Cameron has a victory over Katie Taylor as well. WBC Super Lightweight Interim Championship on the line in Birmingham, obviously fought over 10-2s. Chantelle's second fight with Queensberry Promotions now after leaving Eddie Hearn to sign with Frank Warren. Just want to get your quick thoughts on the matchup. First of all, I think technically on paper it's going to be fun. I genuinely think the styles will clash nicely. I know Berghult's been out injured for a little while, like Hawkan was saying the other day. But yeah, how do you assess things, mate? And what's your thoughts on the matchup overall?
I think, I mean, Chantelle's, sort of, I don't want to say on the comeback trail, because I believe that, there's more to
finding the feet again, kind of, isn't she?
She's in a new team, isn't she? I think it's a second fight within a
new trainer, new promoter, that kind of.
So everything's sort of new for her. The build up to fight night is slightly different. The promotion, the production, the people that, because there's a lot of things goes on behind the scenes, like the go-betweens for the PR person for the promotion, the security people. Everything's new and different, and it's so it takes some getting used to. Where she'd been with a promoter right through, the ranks, so to speak. I think it's a pretty good matchup. I mean, as I say, they've both only lost once. They've both lost at the highest level. Natasha Jonas is a current world champion, and we all know who Katie Taylor is, who beat Chantelle Cameron. So I think Berghult's boxed once this year, and I think she boxed once last year. So she's not boxed a lot over the last couple of years. But to be fair, Chantelle Cameron's not boxed really. She got sort of tied to Katie Taylor, and they sort of strung that out over a couple of years, really, didn't they? She's not had many fights over the past couple of years. So I think it's fairly even. On paper, I'd suggest that Chantelle Cameron would be the favourite, going in. She's boxed at a slightly higher level in terms of her overall fights. But as I said, they have only both lost at the highest level. It's an intriguing matchup for me because I'm interested to see how Chantelle Cameron looks. She was implementing or trying to implement slightly different tweaks to her style in the last fight. I'm assuming those have bedded in now, so it'll be a little bit smoother for her. I think her last performance was a little bit clunky, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful manner, but it was very.
She got tagged quite a bit in her last fight, didn't she?
Yeah, it was very Chantelle Cameron like. She normally just throws, and you could see in the last fight she was thinking about what she had to do in terms of the changes in her style, and she was getting clipped a lot. Whereas I don't believe she can afford to do that tomorrow night because, she could fall behind on the scorecards, with it being 2-minute rounds and lose an interim belt. And I don't mean that dismissive. She could lose her world championship belt on points if she's not careful. I don't think Berghult hits hard enough to stop Cameron. I don't believe that. I don't think that. But she boxes well enough that if Chantelle Cameron's not on fire or on form, she could get outpointed. And this goes back to the stupid 2-minute rounds, because with 3-minute rounds, you could lose the first minute of a round, catch your breath, and win the round back. I believe that 2-minute rounds don't enable you to do that. So if you lose the first minute of a round, take 10, 20 seconds to catch your breath or your second win, you've not got long enough to turn it back round. So I think if you win the first minute of a female contest, unless you get
a knockdown, there, aren't you?
You're sort of there already. And you do see that. You see women go for it in the first minute and then coast the second because they know they've won it. So unless you get if you lose the first minute, unless you get a knockdown, you're not winning that round. So I believe that it's intriguing. It's interesting for me in that respect that I'm interested to see what Chantelle Cameron turns up. And what Berghult can do if Chantelle Cameron turns up. Because if she turns up, she's going to stick it on her from the first round. And will Berghult shell up and look to not get stopped, or will she fight fire with fire? I'd be surprised if she does, because as I said, I don't believe she's a hard enough puncher to really stop Chantelle, but probably it's hard enough to give her something to think about. And then if she works combinations off that, then, you know, we could be in for a close fight.
Yeah, I hope we do. I think it's going to be interesting. I agree with your assessment on Chantelle's last performance. I thought she definitely got clipped a little bit. It made for a fun and interesting debut on a Queensberry card in Birmingham. She's twice out in a row in Birmingham now, but I'd imagine that she's looking for the big fight. To watch an interview with her earlier that she's talked about Jonas, talked about Michaela Meyer, you know, Sandy Ryan, probably people like that. She's going to be looking for big fights after this one. So it's a potential banana skin. I'll go with my prediction first of all, then I'll come to yourself. I've got Chantelle Cameron winning probably a 7-3-ish kind of decision. I do believe Berghult's going to win some rounds, but potentially, again, being in at a slightly lower level, maybe, you know, she's only 30 years old. She's probably in a peak. Chantelle's 33. She's a little bit older, but maybe having been injured and, you know, maybe being out a little bit longer than, or maybe not as active as she would have liked. I think Chantelle should have enough left in the tank to get this one done, but I do believe Berghult will win rounds, and I also believe it's going to be a really fun fight. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm probably, you know, thinking along the similar lines to yourself. I think Chantelle, and I hate saying this, I think it's Chantelle's fight to lose, really. I think if she turns up and is anywhere near her best form, then she should easily outpoint Berghult. I think sort of 7-3-8-2. I think Chantelle will take a couple of rounds maybe to find her feet and a rhythm and a timing. But I think once she does that, then class will shine through, and I think she'll pull away. And I see her, you know, getting a sort of not an easy, because I don't like saying that, but a decisive, unanimous decision. I think she'll get a wide points victory. And then I'd like to see her in with Michaela Meyer if she don't fight.
Yeah, that'd be a fun fight.
I don't want to see the British fight each other yet. I'd like to see that built. I think Sandy Ryan obviously deserves the rematch, but if they can't negotiate that, then I'd love to see her fight Michaela Meyer and then maybe defend against Sandy and let Sandy have a shot at her belts, maybe.
Most definitely. Let us know what you think in the comments, guys. Jays and myself are in a similar kind of position. He's thinking 8-2-ish. I'm thinking 7-3-ish. Both got Chantelle Cameron winning via a decision in this one. Let us know in the comments what you think. We'll be back for further videos. And, of course, we'll be there on Saturday for the live watch along to this fight. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice